Your Korean is not improving because you're practicing the wrong skill. Not because you're lazy or not because you're not smart, and also not because Korean is too hard. Because of the specific thing you do every single day when you sit down to study. I have coached over 1,000 of Korean learners, and in this video, I will show you exactly what makes the difference between learners who reach fluency and learners who stay stuck for years. There are 4 reasons, and I'll walk you through all of them. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly why you're stuck and the one thing you need to do to fix it. I want you to think about your last 100 hours of Korean study. Not 100 hours total, just the last 100 hours. All the videos you watched, all the grammars you studied, or all the vocabulary apps, all the listening practice, all of it. Now, I want you to answer one question. Of those 100 hours, how many of those hours were you actually speaking Korean out loud to somebody who talked back and corrected you when you were wrong? For most Korean learners, the answer is somewhere between 0 and 3 hours. 3 hours of actual speaking practice out of 100. And here's what this means. Those 97 hours built your reading ability, your listening comprehension, your grammar knowledge, and your vocabulary recognition. And those 3 hours built your ability to actually speak. And every single time you open your mouth to speak Korean, which skill do you think your brain reaches for? The 3 hours every time. This is not a motivation problem. This is not a talent problem. This is a distribution problem. And most Korean learners never see it because nobody has shown them the math. Speaking Korean and understanding Korean use completely different parts of your brain. When you watch a drama and understand it, that is your recognition system working. It is excellent at pattern matching and also it sees something familiar and identifies it instantly. When you open your mouth and try to speak, that is your production system working. And your production system does not really care how many dramas you watched or how many flashcards you did. It only improves by producing. This is why you can understand Korean almost perfectly and still freeze completely when you try to speak. Your recognition brain is trained, but your production brain is not. So studying more will not fix this. Now, some of you are thinking, okay, I'll just start speaking more, problem solved. But not really. Repetition alone is not enough. If you practice the wrong thing every day, you get very good at wrong things, right? One of my students recorded herself speaking Korean every single day for 3 months. 3 months, really incredible commitment, right? But she had repeated the same grammatical mistake so many times that when I corrected her, the correction felt wrong. The mistake had become automatic. So feedback is not optional. It is what makes the repetition actually work. Without feedback, you're not building fluency. You're building permanent bad habits. And it gets harder to fix it in the future. Most learners just wait. They wait until they know enough vocabulary, or until their grammar is better, or until they feel more confident. And I understand this completely because speaking feels risky, but studying feels safe because you're always getting better at studying. There is no risk of failure, right? But here's the truth. The moment you feel ready to speak Korean will never come through studying. Confidence in speaking is not built by knowing more Korean, but it's built by speaking Korean in a situation that felt uncomfortable and discovering yourself that you survived it. Readiness does not come before speaking, but it comes from speaking. Even if you understand everything I just said, most learners have no structure to actually do it. They sit down to practice speaking and stare at a blank page. What do I even say? There's no prompt, no starting point, no one to talk to, so they give up after 30 seconds and go back to study. Or they speak, but nobody corrects them, so they never know if they got it right. The system that actually builds fluency is very specific. You speak to a prompt, someone qualified hears you, they give you precise feedback on exactly what to correct, and show you the right version. You repeat the corrected version immediately. You come back and do it again tomorrow. That loop, repeated consistently over time, is the only thing that builds real fluency. Not the app, not the class, not the grammar book, just the loop. And you can start today. Let me tell you about my student, Lucinda. She had been studying Korean for over a year when she came to me. Grammar, vocabulary, classes, apps, she knew a lot. But the moment anyone asked her something in Korean, her mind went completely blank. She didn't need more studying, but she needed reps with feedback. So every day for 10 days, she sent me a recording, and every day I sent back a correction and the right version. Every day she repeated it, and by day 7, she said something that still stays with me. She said, "It stopped feeling like something I have to force. It just started happening naturally." That is what fluency actually feels like, and it is only built one way. So, here's your next step right now. Inside my free Korean community, I post a speaking challenge every single week, one specific topic and one specific prompt. You record yourself responding in Korean and post it in the comments. I personally listen to every single recording and reply with the exact correction you need. Other members reply to each other too. So you are getting reps, feedback, and a community of people doing the same hard thing every single week. Link is in the description. This week's challenge is already posted. Come join us.